Lanez team just revealed bombshell information that will exonerate Tory Lanez and destroy and ruin Megan Thee Stallion's career and her credibility.
Okay.
And they laid everything out on a new website. Congresswoman Anna Paulina is the mastermind behind this new website to
Shout out her,
exonerate Tory
man.
Lanez. And it
Shout
all
out
stemmed
her.
from a tweet that she posted a week ago, where she says in 36 hours, we will be releasing new bombshell information that would exonerate Tory Lanez. It wasn't released within 36 hours, but instead they started a website coined after the term 36 hours later and released all the information on that website. A lot of people have questioned her motives, why a congresswoman, a Republican at that, wants to get involved in a Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion hip hop drama. But she just came out to say she's involved because she truly believes that Tory Lanez was railroaded by a corrupt democratic system. Tory's team did a great job at telling the full story and not just bombarding us with new information right away. One of the initial pieces and the first step,
Your favorite
Got a
TV
nice little
shows
ad
are
on
on
the video.
YouTube.
Started it off.
Enjoy the latest releases.
they pointed out information that contradicted the storyline that Tory Lanez told Megan Thee Stallion's dance bit and then fired 6 shots at her. They
I don't lie, that was crazy, bro. The fact that she said that, and now it's coming out that she fake lied, bro. That was insane. Like she made up a whole lie that he said, dance B word. He didn't even say that. That's crazy, though.
released footage of Megan Thee Stallion admitting that she stepped on glass, but not just that. In this interaction with the
I saw
police,
that chat.
Megan Thee Stallion was very concerned about her going to jail and her being in trouble. And to me, that's very strange. A gunshot victim being really concerned about the police discovering something that could send her to jail doesn't make sense to me. And this isn't Megan Thee Stallion's
Don't make
first
sense
run-in
at
with the
all,
law.
chat.
Megan Thee Stallion has a long rap sheet, bro. Megan Thee Stallion has multiple mugshots out there. So Megan Thee Stallion understands the law. If you did nothing wrong and you are the
I feel like it don't matter that she went to jail. It's the fact. I feel like the main component about this, bro, she lied. Like a man is in jail, got stabbed 14 times. He could have died off a lie. That's the crazy part.
gunshot victim, why would you be going to jail for getting shot?
Ma'am, do you think we're gonna go to jail? What's that? Do you think we're gonna go to jail? It just, I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out.
Now you are. Now you
As
going
long
to
as you guys
jail.
cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, you know, then I don't think. I really cannot go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass. Glass? Where?
Image is everything.
Where we were coming from. Hey, give me that sheet for But I'm not from here, so I. Okay.
About shot.
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot? I didn't get shot. Oh, you didn't? No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir.
And she said she didn't get shot. That's the crazy part. She said
She was also
she
very
did not
concerned
get
about her
shot,
image
bro.
and how this
So
story would make her look. The
how did
storyline of getting
chat, how did stepping on glass turn to I got shot by Tory Lanez? Like what was her thought process? Like what was she thinking? What was she thinking, chat?
super drunk at Kylie Jenner house, trying to fight Kylie Jenner, fighting your best friend, fighting a man that night, being exposed for sleeping with the man that your best friend is doing a sneaky link with. That looks bad for you. That looks horrible. And then stepping on a glass because you're super intoxicated and you're just drunk looks horrible. But the storyline of this really angry man shot at you because you stood up for yourself, now that storyline looks wonderful for your career. So you could understand how that
Facts.
got concocted.
You heard what she said. She said she said I don't want it to mess up my image. So image is everything for her. Image is everything for her off that one statement. So she made it so I know for a fact it was not only her that made up that lie, for sure. It was definitely her. I don't know. I'm gonna assume it was her team, but definitely she got help with that lie. And the fact that they continued it, like, it's disgusting, bro.
As soon as she picked up that phone and called Rock Nation about the quote unquote incident afterwards. I can almost tell you how that conversation went, bruh. Don't say nothing. Let's intervene. Let's try to get this all cleaned up. Because looking like a horrible drunk who was sleeping with your best friend's man looks crazy. Now, the police didn't just take her word for it. The police did their investigation at the scene. And at the scene, they discovered enough evidence to show that Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass, which is why when the police charged Tory Lanez initially, they only charged Tory Lanez for gun possession because they found a gun, I think, on the passenger side of the vehicle.
Shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatch.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been
No
told.
casings in the video. In a vehicle, no casings in the vehicle.
Looks like
Was the person who got caught?
There was no DNA.
People here that you have
Like he had
discussed?
literally, I think it
Were
was
they all together?
they were all
Yes,
together.
they were all
less
in the
than
same car.
0.1% of his DNA on that
Do
gun.
we know how she got cut? Or
We,
who cut her?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass
She
right
dropped
here.
a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Even the police said it. Even the police said it, and he still got charged.
Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay, so her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Hold on, chat. Y'all see it right here. Right here. This is the glass. Chat. This is the glass. This glass bottle right here. So this has to be Max stepping out, right?
Hold your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up.
This is evidence, y'all. We see the all right. We see the glass bottle. We see the glass bottle. What happened next? This is Meg. This is Meg.
Close your hands.
What happened next? What did she do?
Hold your hands up. Okay?
Steps
Come out,
out.
people
And what happened?
passenger with their hands up.
Look
Hands
exactly
up.
what. The glass bottle got cracked. We hear it. You can hear it cracking. And how, like, bro, that's like corruption
Move
is
back to the sound of
fine.
my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going.
Now look how she's walking now. Look how she's walking. Because she stepped on the bottle, it's hurting her feet. You can still see the glass bottle right here. Like you literally see the glass bottle, bro. That is crazy, bro.
Hey, stop, stop.
Look at
To the
that
left.
God.
Keep moving.
Look, oh my God. So they got the police camera point of view of it, bro. The police camera point of view. Look, you can literally see the bottles right there, bro. Hold up. The bottle is right there, and then you can see it's cracked. You can see that it's cracked, bro. That's crazy.
Move back to the sound of my voice.
Move back.
Back.
Oh,
Keep
she
going.
cut herself.
Keep going.
The corruption here is crazy. The police officer literally watched her with her own eyes,
Yes.
seen her in 4K with her
4K.
own eyes, stepping
Caught
on
you
the
in
bottle, and
4K.
then began to limp.
Caught you in 4K.
She stepped on the bottle in front of the police officers.
4K.
You just heard her say, "Oh man, she just stepped on the bottle and she cut her."
So they said that?
if they
I didn't hear
watched
that
her
part.
step on the bottle, cut herself open, probably had some fragments go in the open wound because she's walking on literal glass at the time. How does this equate to Tory Lanez popped at her? Now, I do believe a gun was shot that night. Don't get me wrong.
No, I think there was
A
a
gun
testimony of
was
where a gun
indeed
definitely
shot
shot.
that
For
night.
sure.
But I don't think that gun is what penetrated Megan Thee Stallion's skin.
Ma'am, do you think we're gonna go to jail? What's that? Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What woman you know who just got shot is talking that calmly, is that composed, is that stoic? You A gunshot victim is that composed, that stoic. It's kind of like somebody just sitting on the curb, man, like just waiting for the police to go away. It's
Think about it, y'all. Imagine you got shot. You'll be like, ah, oh, screaming, help, 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 help me. She not. She didn't talk about a gunshot wound. Nothing. This is the footage from the scene, bro. Nothing mentioned of her getting shot at all. No screaming, no pleading for help, ambulance, nothing.
is that come on, bro? Bro, anybody with a brain can look at this and say, bro, what are we doing here, bro?
There's
How do we
people
go
still
from this to
defending
somebody
her,
being
bro.
in jail right now
Like,
for 10
bro,
plus
that's
years? This is
crazy.
crazy. And they even showed the hospital footage where Megan Thee
10
Stallion is telling the
years,
doctors,
stabbed
yeah, I
14
stepped on
times.
glass. It's whatever.
So this is from the doctors. I didn't see this one.
You were just one ball stick on the foot. I have another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on gas the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into an accident. Okay. And then at that point, it was just your friends were running down from the hospital.
Pay attention to her saying, I stepped on glass the other day too. So she already had an open wound. And that would make sense when we get to the gun and the bullet fragments and other things involved in this case.
So she
But
said she stepped on
I
glass the other
stepped
day.
on
So
glass the other day too. So hence, when she stepped on glass tonight, it just re-aggravated the open wounds she already had. They provided the full timeline to expose the story that Megan Thee Stallion told of,
contradictions.
I try to protect Tory Lanez initially, but the only reason I'm saying he shot me now is because he spoke out first. They provided a timeline to show that was an absolute
So
lie.
Megan posts about being shot. Megan names Daystar to police. And Megan was live during Daystar's birthday. Right? Megan publicly names Daystar as a shooter. Wow. So she went live on his birthday. I don't remember this live. Maybe she was saying, "Oh, blah blah. You know who shot me?" I remember her saying that. So the internet is obviously gonna think Tory Lanez because you're going live on his birthday. Then she names who shot her. She said Daystar shot her. Then Daystar Tory Lanez responds a month later, right? I don't know if that. Okay, so that means he went on IG live a month later. Okay, October 20th, 2020.
She did not say she stepped on glass initially to
So
protect.
so she said Tory went to the it's right here. She said if Tory would have never went to the internet telling everybody his side of the story. But if we look at the timeline, she
Tory
went to the
Lanez,
internet
and she
first.
didn't change her minds because Tory Lanez spoke out first. That's a lie. So the timeline here goes:
Doesn't even matter if
Megan
doesn't even matter. Let's say he spoke out first. He didn't even shoot you. Doesn't even matter.
posted about being shot on July 15th, 2020. Megan names Tory Lanez to the police the following day on July 16th of 2020. Tory Lanez haven't gone public yet.
Oh, I didn't even
July
notice that.
27th, Megan Thee Stallion goes live on Tory Lanez's birthday. Specifically, this was her first live. It
So
goes
she
on
so she been named him.
August 20th. Megan Thee Stallion publicly names Tory Lanez as the shooter, but she already named Tory Lanez as a shooter to the police already, okay?
Facts.
And she
Since the
goes
six
live on his birthday
since
to
July
torch him.
16th.
Continues. Daystar tweets for the first time. So this is when Tory Lanez first tweet to clear his name. Tory Lane goes live October 20th. This is the first time Tory Lane goes live to clear his name. So they like, hold on, bro. If you told the police you like got shot, if
Facts.
like you got shot
My bad,
like the
chat.
day afterwards, and you only told them you stepped on glass to protect Tory Lanez, then one, why'd you tell the police you got shot the day after? And then why did you go public naming Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez hadn't spoken or done any press whatsoever? Peep how Megan
October
said in her
20th.
statement, the narrative that's been reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate. She will claim that she was a victim, that she suffered a gunshot wound, and that they pulled bullets from out of her legs. She says, I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. Bullets? There was no bullets found in Megan Thee Stallion's leg. And the reason why Megan Thee Stallion was worried about being arrested, because if you look at the pictures they took at the police station of Kelsey's legs had nothing but cuts and scratches on it. Megan Thee Stallion did a number on Kelsey, and she bragged about it in her song. All right, you could literally see in the song the lyrics says, "Who was
Said, who will snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a B word. Like a hard chain snatch, so call your loss has something to say. A. So she basically saying that just about, or what we know now, that she beat up Kelsey, which was her best friend at the time. If you don't know that. So eyewitnesses and physical evidence indicates a physical fight between Megan Heat. What's her name? Kelsey Harris. So the eyewitness, right? I think that was the people in the house saw two girls fighting, which okay, it's obvious. Like y'all mess with the same dude, y'all best friends. It's gonna lead to a fight. Feel me? Kelsey had open wounds and cuts on her legs that were actively bleeding. So Megan did her bad. No injuries were reported on Tory Lanez. So that means Tory Lanez was not involved in none of this. He didn't even get slapped up, punched up, nothing, bro.
snitch? I ain't never went to the
Scratched up.
police with no names." So this is a song called "Shots Fired" by Megan Thee Stallion. She raps. Who a snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bid that got her chain snatched called a loss has something to say. Hey, you think it's out of the realm of possibility that Kelsey, after getting whooped on by a woman 4 to 5 inches taller than her with about 50 pounds on her, you think it's out of the realm of possibility that she picked up a gun to defend herself? I don't think so. And this storyline, my
It don't matter. Like in the end, bro, I feel like Kelsey and Megan is both still wrong, bro. They're both wrong. Kelsey didn't speak up. Megan lied. That's how I see it. Now an innocent man in prison, stabbed 14 times. That's how I see it.
perspective lines up with what the
It's
only
Kelsey got
eyewitness said.
immunity. Like it was
What
so,
I think
and
happened, my
people
theory,
still defending her.
is
That's the crazy
Megan Thee
part.
Stallion and Kelsey got into a brutal
People
fight.
be delusional,
Tory
bro.
Lanez tried to break it up. Kelsey grabbed a gun and fired shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed. However, the bullet fragments ricocheted. And they ricocheted and got into her foot due to the open wound she already had from stepping on glass in the prior days. And then when they all got back in the vehicle, right? And when they all got back into the vehicle, I believe what took place was Megan Thee Stallion then hopped out the vehicle, stepped on glass further, re-aggravate the wound, made the wound look so much more crazy. The police said, "What the heck is this?" That's what happened. That's the only story that makes sense, and the eyewitness account backs that up. Here is Sean Kelly,
So
the
it's the
only
eyewitness.
eyewitness of this case, telling the police that he seen Kelsey shoot Megan Thee Stallion or fire shots at Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay,
The shots missed.
eyewitness.
Wait. No, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't. No, they were on my side. The girl opened the door. It was two girls fighting, and then they
So
shot.
two girls fighting.
She got out of the car.
Doors of the Escalade open, and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So if I can remember, I think Kelsey was in the passenger seat, right? So that's Meg coming out the car and going to the passenger seat.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger.
So I think that
So
was
the
Meg
girl
coming
comes
out
of the rear passenger.
out the rear
and
passenger.
She goes through the front passenger.
Okay.
And she opens up the car door.
Yes.
And then what happens?
They start they're screaming and shouting at each
Shouting,
other,
so they're
and
fighting?
they start fighting.
The two girls.
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her, and the other one's
So that's
fighting
Kelsey
them in.
kicking her like, Get off me, get off me, get off me, get off me. Meg is scratching her up, being her up.
The passenger
The
gets
front
out.
passenger.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger.
The front, can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to sight her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. One passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots into her. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so. But then the guy gets out again from the back.
And you want to know what happened?
So, what we just heard was eyewitness. So the eyewitness said Meg came beating up Kelsey. Kelsey's kicking back, trying to defend herself. She got beat up. So Kelsey goes back to the front passenger seat, which the gun was at. Gets the gun, upset at Meg, missed. I think maybe it's hair, foot, or something. I don't know. Right? Tory is still in the back seat while this is happening. I think he eventually comes out of the back seat when shots is fired, and then probably takes the gun up. I think I'm
To the
assuming he
only
takes the gun
eyewitness who
away, which is
identified
why
the
some of his
woman shooting
DNA,
at Megan Thee
which
Stallion,
a small
that eyewitness came to
percent of
court.
his
And when he
DNA
got
is
to
on the
court,
gun.
the prosecutors took him upstairs. Now, the eyewitness was the defense witness. The defense was who called the eyewitness. The prosecutors didn't want to call the eyewitness. The defense called him. But when he got to court, Tory Lanez and his family watched the prosecutors take that eyewitness upstairs. And when he came back downstairs, he didn't speak to Tory Lanez, looked nobody in their eyes, went to the stand and completely changed up his story.
When we sat outside,
That's
my wife
corruption
and
in its finest.
we saw this gentleman come in, and we sat down, and it was identified for us that, oh, this is Mr. Sean Kelly. He's sitting across from us on the other side of the hallway. And as we sat there, the prosecution came out, one of their detectives or investigators rather, and one of the prosecutors, they took this gentleman, they went upstairs, I believe it was to the 14th floor at that time. By the time this man came down, the witness they did not want to call, this man came down and his testimony became so embellished with other nonsense that people who saw it just looked at it and said, this is crazy.
Imagine telling the police seconds,
And the fact that they still use that, like, they still use that evidence to convict, that testimony to convict them. When the fact that the police camera, body camera, tells the whole story. The police body camera tells the whole story, bro. It tells the whole story.
after
It
the
tells what
incident,
happened. So
everything
the
you
police literally
just
got
saw fresh
every
on your mind.
step by step.
And then a year and a half later,
Still got convicted.
you go
bro.
to tell that same story you told the police, and the prosecutors walk you upstairs, walk you back downstairs, and your entire testimony changed. Now all of a sudden, you seen Tory Lanez shooting.
Scared him or something.
This to me is the corruptness that went on. Also, by the way, the owner of the gun, the prosecutor sealed that information. The owner of the gun, the name of the owner, got sealed. Nobody knows. All right. Tory Lane's DNA was not found on the gun. It was actually 0.01%
Okay,
of his
points.
DNA
So
found. But
how?
what that means is that's damn near like a billion black people, right, share like 0.01% of DNA. So his DNA was now found on a gun. The eyewitness is saying Kelsey shot Meg. Megan Thee Stallion is admitting, hey, listen, man, I stepped on glass the other day. I already had an open wound. The gunshots probably got fired at her by Kelsey. She probably stepped on bullet fragments that went into her foot, bruh. And also, by the way, the bullet fragments that got pulled out of her foot, those bullet fragments mysteriously went missing. They can't be found. They lost the evidence. And Tory Lane still got convicted in court. To me, this is the example of being railroaded. But let me know what you think. I really want to know. All right, like let me know your honest opinion about this, bro. Not what you heard. No, your honest opinion. And if you're still watching
And
this,
whoa, man claiming he had a threesome with Nipsey. I'm not watching that.
just click on this video here somewhere on my screen. Somewhere here on my screen. This man done came out and he's claiming that he had a threesome.
That's I'm not even gonna entertain that. Yo, bro. People, if you still defending her, bro, y'all crazy, man. Y'all some crazy people. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs do not make a right, y'all. I'm like, bro, it's a sad like it's not even the fact it's a man versus woman type of thing that usually what people do. It's the fact that there's a person lying on somebody and the lie almost allowed somebody else to die, bro. And now all the lies is getting exposed, bro. Do y'all notice all the lies is getting exposed, bro? Hopefully y'all notice that, bro. A lot of lies is getting exposed. Don't be out here just lying, bro. Lying on people. Don't be out here, bro, because this could happen, bro. And imagine they got money. Like, really think about it, y'all. Not to bash her, bro, but think about it. They got money. Imagine they was in our situation, right? Where we just don't we live in paycheck by paycheck, day by day. What are you gonna do? You're in prison. You didn't do the thing. You have no defense. You don't have money for an attorney. The same thing Tory Lanes have money for. Nothing. You're just asked out. You gotta sit there. Then now you get stabbed up. Thank God he survived, but now you get stabbed up. No attorney stabbed up. Your life salt, bro. Off a lot, bro. Off a lot, bro. Off a lot. That's like people wicked, bro. People is wicked, bro. Hope Megan repent, man. Like we all gotta repent, bro. But hopefully Meg repent, man. Everybody in that situation to repent, make it right, bro. That's all. Make it right. Listen, bro. I know I'm streaming. I will say I'm classified as a streamer, but listen, if I do wrong, I'm wrong, bro. If I do right, I'm right. I'm not gonna be justifying my wrongs out here trying to hide like my wrongs to people, like lie on people. Like nah, that's sick, bro. Images, like yeah, like when you online, your image is everything, bro. But lying to protect your image, bro, I can't. If I did wrong, I just gotta take my L, bro. It was gonna set my conscience, bro. I can't do it. I gotta just take my L. I gotta take my so I appreciate y'all for watching, bro. This is gonna be a YouTube Twitch. It's gonna be a YouTube video segment. Definitely gonna be posting this on YouTube. Go to my YouTube, LVE Praise. Same thing as my Twitch, same thing as my TikTok, LVE Praise. Let me like up, sub up, follow up. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm about to end stream. Gonna be here